The worst cycle that I ever did, 5 grams daily of creatine monohydrate.
I am confusion.
What the f was I thinking? It wasn't that long ago that I didn't have a clue about steroids. Just some stupid 20-year-old kid pinning 1 gram of broccoli a day till his ass went green. Oh, shit! And I learned the way that most people did back then through experimentation and big mistakes.
Yeah, buddy. It's on now.
The first one was, instead of thinking minimum effective dosage, I always thought maximum tolerable dosage. You can go to a point where you're feeling great, getting good results. You don't need to go for the red line, unless you're in a Ferrari, Lambo or McLaren. I would stack compounds too early in a cycle without figuring out my test base. At different body fats, we're going to convert the testosterone to estrogen at faster or slower rates. The higher your body fat, the faster the conversion. The lower, the less you'll convert. If you don't know this at the start, it's going to be problematic throughout the whole cycle. My cycles would be way too short back then. I'd run them for 10, 12 weeks. Now I run my cycles for longer, going from a pre-blast into a blast. Maybe the total cycle length will be up to 30 weeks. Because we've built the gains up over a longer period of time, the muscle mass that you get is going to be easier to keep. Don't be the guy that's guilty of what I like to call emotional cycle design, ECD. So you compare yourself to others and base your cycle on what you see online or in the gym. You go way too big, way too soon. Normally results in stacking very similar compounds together. Someone with no experience is going to stack test with debol. Got 2 testosterone bases in one cycle, putting 2 things that heavily convert to estrogen on top of each other. If you jump on cycle and you don't know how to manage your estrogen, you're heading for side effect city, son. It's even more crucial if you're above 12% body fat. The goal is to have a good ratio of bioavailable free androgens relative to estrogens, so you just feel great all the time. The clowns out there will refuse to lower a test base when they added other estrogenic compounds on top. If you don't have a shitload of tests on your cycle, you won't get any results. You better not lower it. These dosages will exceed what you need in terms of estrogenic burden, leading to a whole host of side effects. There's a tiny segment of guys out there who are massively deluded in what they think they can achieve through just doing an oral only cycle. It's bonkers. They think in 6 weeks of Anavar only, they can reduce all their body fat, get shredded shoulders, and really chisel out their abs. I never used to get baseline blood work. I'm laughing because it is absolutely essential. Coming prepared with biomarkers to the gains party is a must. Not knowing your hormone level sucks. You don't know what to take and how much to do with it. Because who knows? You might have some underlying issues that you don't even know about. And if you continue on your cycle doing too much of the wrong stuff, everything could blow up in your face. This could be avoided beforehand if you get the blood work. Give yourself a pat on the back for getting those biomarkers, but simultaneously slap yourself because you're clueless about what they mean. Example, SHBG is already low and you're someone that is very worried about hair loss. You then decide to add an oral that's going to crush your SHBG. That means all the free test and DHT is now out in the open, wreaking havoc on your hairline. It wasn't the oral that you added in, it was you not knowing what SHBG was and then just crushing it. Someone's on cycle and they get side effects. Straight off to the family doctor. They're only going to tell you to get off the steroids. They're not going to help you with the side effects, move on, and then actually get more gains continuing on your cycle. They just want you to be average. You ask for an estrogen check? What you need that for? You a girl? Just give me the damn numbers, genius, and I'll be on my way. There's no need to even go through that nonsense. Just go private online and sort it out yourself. It's common for these clinics to have doctors who overprescribe AIs that lead to crashing of estrogen levels in their patients. Guys come to me and their estrogen levels are near 0 or single digits. All because some monkey doctor didn't know what he was doing. It's not the doctor's fault though. He's just a puppet for the matrix that controls him. He cannot make you superhuman. You have to do it yourself. I used to spend a bunch on my cycles, get side effects, and just plow forward anyway. Because I bought it all, it must be used up. I'll deal with the side effects after the cycle. Post-injection pain can be an issue, if you inject too much gear in one spot. If I was going to inject 1.5 ml of gear, I would do it in the left shoulder and right shoulder. I'd do 2 shots, 0.75 each shoulder. Random injection days and times. I never used to even write down when I injected. It was like, oh, have I injected for a couple of days? Okay, let's just jab up now. That does lead to huge hormone fluxes, potentially resulting in acne. All of this can be avoided if you just write down your injection times and you stick to them consistently. Caring about being strong and ego lifting on gear is not the way to be. Focus on 10 to 20 reps because your tendons and ligaments aren't going to be developing as fast as your muscles do. This is a sure way to get yourself buggered up. And from when you start your cycle to the end of your cycle, your working weights at the start are now going to be warm-up weights at the end. We don't need to be testing a 1 rep max every other day. For years, I used to take every set in the gym to failure. I got to a point where I was doing 40 sets on my chest in a workout and it just wasn't growing. So factor in a deload week and use reps in reserve. You go up in volume and intensity over 6 weeks. The 6th week is a deload where you drop everything down, 5 reps in reserve, and then move into another block after that. This is going to lead to constant progress. So what are your macros breakdown with carbs, fats, and proteins? Don't know. So you're telling me you don't even know how many calories you're having per week as an average? No. Your diet's off. Why are we not tracking anything when we're on anabolics? I never used to even take supplements like taurine or magnesium. Ruthless back pumps during a workout used to be a daily occurrence. So I had to pull exercises that I loved out of my program. Bent over rows and deadlifts gone. You started your gear and you're 4 weeks in, you've got no results. You look at the bottle of test you're taking. Is it legit or not? Or are you starting to doubt whether it's actually full strength stuff? Maybe you're getting your gear from a shady source and it's not legit. So if you're thinking you do need specific help and guidance for your cycle and you want to reach out to me, you can contact me through the link in the description box below. If you click on that link, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. The next video is all about sourcing quality gear. The idea is to actually get steroids that work, that are full strength, not something that someone's mixed up in their shed or in their bathtub and is underdosed. I'll see you in that next video, brother. Let's do it.